the stillness of early dawn, where mist hovers low over a marsh and the water reflects the first orange glimmers of sunrise, something stirs. A ripple breaks the silence. A V-shaped trail moves silently across the surface. It's not a fish, not a duck. It's one of North America's most underrated ecological engineers, the muskrat. Despite its name, the muskrat is no rat. It belongs to a different branch of the rodent family tree, closer to voles and lemmings than to the city-dwelling rats of our nightmares. Its name comes from the musky scent it emits and its rat-like appearance. But in truth, it is far more complex and admirable than most realize. Muskrats, or Ondatra zybethicus, are semi-aquatic mammals uniquely adapted to a life on the edge of land and water. Weighing just 2 to 4 pounds and growing up to 2 feet long, including their tails, they may be small, but their influence is enormous. Their thick, double-layered fur is incredibly dense, so water-resistant that it traps air, keeping them warm and buoyant in even the coldest climates. These animals are found nearly everywhere water touches land in North America, from the icy wetlands of northern Canada to the bayous of the Deep South. They've made a life wherever cattails grow and water runs shallow. Whether in the swampy lowlands of Mississippi or the glacial ponds of Montana, muskrats are there, quietly working, quietly surviving. But muskrats are not merely inhabitants. They are builders, ecosystem shapers, quiet architects of the wild, using available plants like bulrushes, cattails, sedges, and mud. Muskrats build dome-shaped lodges rising just above the water's surface. These structures house entire families and are more than simple shelters. They're marvels of instinctual engineering. With underwater entrances and dry central chambers, muskrat lodges keep the family protected from predators and harsh weather. In winter, when temperatures plummet and lakes freeze over, muskrats don't hibernate. Instead, they remain active beneath the ice. Their lodges become warm oases, insulated with vegetation. They create and maintain breathing holes in the ice, swim through submerged tunnels, and feed on aquatic plants they've stashed away like underwater pantries. Their lungs are so efficient that they can stay submerged for over 15 minutes at a time. It's this tenacity in the face of harshness that defines them. Where others flee, the muskrat endures. Muskrats also create smaller structures known as feeding huts or push-ups, temporary shelters that allow them to rest or eat safely away from their main lodge. These add to the structural complexity of a wetland and are often used by other species as shelter or lookout points. And that's the key. Muskrats don't just serve themselves. Their work benefits everyone around them. Where muskrats go, biodiversity follows. Their burrows and lodges become microhabitats for snakes, frogs, turtles, fish, and even nesting birds. Waterfowl often build nests atop old muskrat houses. Amphibians find refuge in the crevices. The channels carved by muskrats open paths for fish and allow water to circulate, improving oxygen levels. Wetlands without muskrats are quieter, less alive. Yet life in these waters is far from safe. Muskrats are essential prey for a long list of predators. Mink, foxes, bobcats, otters, coyotes, owls, hawks, snapping turtles, and even large fish have all hunted muskrats, and still they persist. Nature gave them more than just instinct, it gave them numbers. Muskrats breed rapidly. A single female can produce up to 3 litters per year, each with up to 8 kits. The young are born blind and helpless, but grow quickly, swimming within days and feeding on vegetation within weeks. By 6 weeks old, many are ready to disperse and start life on their own. This rapid reproductive cycle is nature's way of keeping balance. Predators feed, populations fluctuate, wetlands regenerate. It's a rhythmic dance that has played out for millennia. But there's another side to the muskrat story, our side. For thousands of years, indigenous peoples across North America lived alongside the muskrat, honoring it not just as a source of food and fur, but as a sacred symbol of creation and endurance. In many Native American stories, it was the humble muskrat, not the mighty eagle or bear, that dove to the bottom of the ocean and brought up the mud that formed the earth. Small, determined, and often underestimated, the muskrat succeeded where others failed. When European settlers arrived, they quickly recognized the value of the muskrat's thick fur. Trappers across Canada and the United States began harvesting muskrats in the millions during the fur trade era. In some parts of the US, muskrat pelts were so common they were used as barter currency. The muskrat helped build economies, clothe families, and feed communities. In regions like Michigan and Ontario, muskrat stew remains a traditional dish to this day. In fact, the Catholic Church once officially classified muskrat as fish, allowing it to be eaten during Lent, a curious loophole born from cultural necessity. Yet for all their value, muskrats are often overlooked in modern conservation efforts. They are so common, so ordinary, that we forget how extraordinary they truly are. And now, they're in danger. In recent decades, muskrat populations have begun to decline in many parts of North America. The causes are complex: wetland loss, pollution, road construction, invasive plant species, and the changing climate. But the trend is clear. Fewer muskrats mean fewer healthy wetlands. They're what scientists call a bioindicator species. Their numbers reflect the health of the water around them. When muskrats vanish, it's not just the loss of one animal. It's a warning sign. Wetlands are in trouble. And with them, the life support systems for fish, birds, insects, and us. Wetlands store carbon. They filter pollutants. They absorb floodwaters. They provide critical habitat for more than a third of all endangered species in North America. Protecting muskrats is not just about protecting an animal. It's about protecting a living system that safeguards us all. But here's the hope. Where we restore, they return. Across the US and Canada, efforts to rebuild lost wetlands are gaining momentum. Marshes are being reflooded. River flows are being restored. Native vegetation is being replanted. And each time, without fail, muskrats come back quietly, determinedly. They rebuild the lodges, they reshape the reeds. They stitch the wetlands back together, one mouthful of cattail at a time. The muskrat asks for so little: clean water, shelter, and space to swim. In return, it gives back more than we ever realized. It teaches us that greatness doesn't always roar. Sometimes it paddles softly. Sometimes it vanishes below the surface. Sometimes it's covered in mud. But it matters. If this story moved you, don't let it end here. Subscribe to learn more about the hidden architects of our planet. Support wetland conservation in your local area. Because protecting wetlands means protecting life itself.